Good afternoon from sunny Stanford, California, where we have a clash of women's soccer titans. It's the 14th ranked Stanford Cardinal hosting the 21st ranked Washington State Cougars. With that, welcome inside of Kagan Stadium. I'm Kylan Mills. So happy to have you with us for today's Pac-12 Network broadcast. A Sunday matinee doesn't get much better than two top 25 teams squaring off. Washington State looking to best Stanford in one of the most formidable places to play in the country, thanks in large part to the play of freshman forward Ali Montoya. She has been fantastic early in the season for the Card, tallying 5 goals and 3 assists after earning her second brace on the season on Thursday against Washington. Montoya is so quick and so skilled. Her ability to take defenders one-on-one is elite because of her speed, change of pace, and ball control. Head coach Paul Ratcliffe says Montoya's confidence is growing every single game as her star continues to rise. Meanwhile, this Washington State attack led by a star who has already risen in junior forward Margie Detrizio. She leads the Cougar attack with 7 goals and 5 assists on the season. That's good for 19 points, tied for 4th best in the Pac-12. Detrizio is so athletic, fast, and physical. She is relentless in applying pressure to an opponent's back line, and she is an excellent ball winner. Detrizio surely ready to make her presence felt by Stanford early in this one. These two teams with a lot on the line in this game, just a couple of points separating them in Pac-12 standings. We'll see what happens just minutes away. Stanford and Washington State kickoff and lineups coming up right here on the Pac-12 Network. Welcome back to Stanford, California. Pac-12 Women's Soccer is brought to you by Clean Simple Eats, elevating life through food and fitness. And by Sprouts Farmers Market, the official grocer of the Pac-12. An exciting women's soccer match ahead as the 14th ranked Stanford Cardinal hosts the Washington State Cougars, who are 21st ranked. And a look at today's lineup for Wazoo. A player to keep an eye on is forward Brianna McReynolds, earning her 4th start of the season after scoring in Washington State's 2-1 loss at Cal on Thursday night. She had a nice finish off a cross by Lily Boyden. She's a player who will look to get her team on the board early in this one. And for the Stanford Cardinal, a noticeable absence in today's starting lineup. Midfielder Maya Doms, the senior All-American, will not be with the team as she is dealing with a family emergency. She also missed Thursday night's game against Washington. Of course, everyone hopes Doms will be able to return to the pitch soon. However, in her place, Sierra Angie filling that 10 spot or attacking midfield role, sliding up from the 6, which she typically plays. And we are underway here at Kagan Stadium. Stanford wearing pink jerseys today. The play back to Ryan Campbell, cleared away. Stanford wearing pink in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Meanwhile, Washington State in all white kits on the left side, going to right on your screen. The Stanford side led by head coach Paul Ratcliffe, who just passed the 400 mark in career wins as a head coach, one of the winningest coaches in women's college soccer. 349, 66, and 33 at Stanford in his 25th season, leading the Card. Ali Montoya on the ball, another player to watch for Stanford, who earned the brace on Thursday night, her second of the season, in fact. Her first came against Penn State several weeks ago, which was ranked 8th in the country. Streaking forward, Washington State in the attack. Cross into the box, cleared away. Just out of pressure. Turner tries to send it back in the box. Turner battling, gets tripped by Kostmeyer, no whistle. Washington State continuing to try to possess. Now Pagador looks to change directions for the Card. Stanford on the attack now. Angie delivers wide to Grubel. Grubel's cross swung in, bounces. Montoya trying to get on the end of it, just misses. Angie will collect and Stanford will go again. Heike back to Pagador, finds Montoya on the turn. Stanford will reset. Leontini on the ball now. Another ball wide to Grubel. Grubel with the scissors, cutting middle, tries to go herself. Deflected away. Leontini's shot deflected away as well. Cougars now coming up the left flank. Big ball played forward, cleared away easily by Elise Evans and the Stanford back line. Speaking of back line play, this Washington State Cougar pack line just incredibly experienced. Micaiah Maness, Bridget Reekin, Akila McLinn have started on the back line together since 2019. McLinn had to miss the 2021 season due to injury, but it's like the band is back together again. Those three have played a combined 227 games for the Cougs, which means they have a ton of experience. They know each other well. This gives them a major advantage because familiarity, chemistry are critical in the back line. Grubel looking to find Kosmeyer. Kosmeyer's shot, an excellent save made by Cooper. In net for the Cougs. A close call first, an excellent slotted ball forward to Lumi Kosmeyer. Cooper did such a good job of coming out at the right time and then cutting down the angle, making it really difficult for Kosmeyer to get that shot off one touch and to find the back of the net. Whistle blew on the second chance, and now Cooper will look to clear it away. A really great chance, though, for Stanford early in this one as we approach the 4th minute. Kosmeyer pressing hard. Kosmeyer able to collect. Kosmeyer fires just over the crossbar. Lumi Kosmeyer, a freshman who has made such a big impact on the Stanford side. She is so dangerous on the ball because of her technical ability. Watch how she cuts with the outside of that right foot to give herself just the amount of space she needs to fire away. And then her finishing skills are elite. She is excellent from anywhere on the pitch. She can strike from distance, up close. Head coach Paul Ratcliffe said going into the weekend, she's a player he wants his Stanford team to try to target more, get the ball at her feet, and look to find her upfield because of that excellent shot she has and a really strong foot. A hard collision around midfield. And a whistle that will go out for a Cougs throw-in. Washington State earning another throw-in on their left flank. Pretty touch, but a nice piece of defending out wide by Paige Rubenstein for Stanford. The Cougars, led by head coach Todd Schulenberger, bouncing in the box. Washington State, just a little flick that bounces into the hands of Ryan Campbell, and goal for the Card. Big ball forward by Campbell. Trying to find Kosmeyer. Can't quite connect with Angie. Washington State back line now swinging it around. Well read by Pagador to head that ball out of bounds. It's Washington State side led by head coach Todd Schulenberger, entering his 8th season at Washington State. With last Sunday's 1-0 win over Utah, Schulenberger earned his 89th career victory to become the all-time wins leader in Cougar coaching history. Schulenberger surpassed former coach Matt Potter, who put together 88 wins over 9 seasons in Pullman. Schulenberger also holds the 2nd best win percentage in program history with 650. As his Cougs look to get something into the 18, however, Ryan Campbell will scoop that one up. The Cougars' former coach, Matt Potter, by the way, now the head coach of the Kansas City Current of the NWSL. He led that brand new club to their first NWSL playoffs. They face the Houston Dash next weekend. Evans plays across the middle, and that's a dangerous ball. Well slid in by McReynolds. Almost another dangerous opportunity for this Washington State side. Something Schulenberger said he really wants to be a focus for his team in the attack and across the field is really applying a lot of pressure to the Stanford back line and midfield. Don't let them get the ball out of their defensive third easily. That's what he told me he wants his team to really focus on. Early in this game, that's evident with that pressure we just saw from McReynolds. However, Elise Evans has to do a better job of being really careful on those free kicks. Playing a ball directly square in your defensive third of the pitch is a dangerous choice, especially when the offense had time there to read that ball. Washington State on the move. Detrizio looks to find the corner of the net, but it will go wide. Margie Detrizio, a player who is having an outstanding season. 7 goals and 5 assists, 19 points, good for best on the team. As this Washington State side is relentless in continuing to pressure the Stanford back line. Coach Schulenberger said it's been really fun to watch Detrizio's development over her 3 years. Ball bouncing, speaking of Detrizio, Campbell beats her on the bounce there. However, another dangerous look for Washington State. Leontini now delivers out to Rubenstein. Not a bad idea, the little heel flick attempt by Lumi Kosmeyer. Angie just unable to get to the other side of that ball. Boyden on the dribble. Boyden taking Pagador one-on-one. Pagador just takes out her legs. Flag is up, and that will be a foul and a yellow card delivered on the play. Watch how Pagador just took out her legs, did not make contact with the ball, and that's what will result in getting you a booking. Especially as number 17 Boyden had space in front of her and was getting into a really dangerous position in the attack. Pagador, a player who's impressed Coach Radcliffe down the stretch of the season. She's been able to come in off the bench and make an impact, now earning a starting role at the outside back position. Reese Tappan standing over the free kick for the Cougars. Players lined up at the edge of the 18. 10th minute, the Cougars looking for some magic. Cross swung in. Campbell backing up, and she will catch that one easily and redistribute quickly. Out to Rubenstein, who's under pressure immediately. The ball deflects out, and it will be a goal kick for the Card. Stanford unable to get out of their defensive third. Ball bouncing around the 18. Wesley gets ahead on it, cross swung in. Just over the head of number 12, Lindsay Turner on that far post. Boyden battling, she gets stripped this time. Angie's first touch back into pressure. Boyden gets a touch. Now here comes Jasmine Ike for the Card. Some physical play at midfield. Play on though. Ike with space. Finds Grubel. Grubel just inside the 18. Cuts left. Grubel shot into the hands of Nadia Cooper. A nice piece of work there by the freshman Jasmine Ike. She had a couple of defenders barreling down on her. Found Grubel wide open. Grubel's another player who can be dangerous from a lot of spots on the field because of her ability to strike the ball. Rather than look to cross, she cut that one inside and took it herself. However, another option would have been to get to the end line and try to slot a ball back. Ike to Grubel again. Grubel working the right flank. Grubel another cross in, but nobody's there to collect. Ball still rolling in bounds. Eventually goes out.
But then that leaves 3 corners. Oh. Knock him in, Kate! Hey, good job.
Abby Grubel, another thing about her is her ability to swing crosses in the box. Like I mentioned, that strong shot also applies on crosses played in. She's really, really accurate as well when looking to find teammates swinging those balls into the 18. Washington State now going the other way. Possible counterattack. Rubenstein's there. Wesley. Motioning for someone to come to her, check to her, give her an option. She'll get the ball right back from Grubel. Rubenstein to Kostmeyer's one touch. Will bounce to Ike. Ike finds Angie. Angie on the right flank. Well defended on that far side by Washington State. That was Bridget Reekin who earned the deflection. Stanford earns their first corner kick on the afternoon. Montoya will take this with the right foot on the outswinger. Cross played into the box, just to the penalty spot. Rubenstein heads it, but it's deflected. Ball cleared just away. However, Stanford still in the driver's seat. Evans tries to find Montoya. Ball bouncing around midfield. A pretty ball played forward, trying to find the feet of DeTrizio. However, Pagador's there to get that first touch. Evans now on the ball. DeTrizio, another player who has a lot of speed, so she can be really dangerous to some of those direct balls forward. If she gets in a foot race with a center back or outside back, she's a player that can be really tough to catch. Good idea by Angie, trying to one-touch that one out wide. However, it will go over the touchline and out of bounds. Iantini did well to collect. Ike finds Rubenstein. Rubenstein with space on the right flank. Rubenstein still on the ball. Slots one forward to Kostmeyer. Kostmeyer pokes one through and it's in! A beautiful piece of skill work by freshman Lumi Kostmeyer to find another freshman, Ali Montoya, who gets the finish to put the Card up 1-0 over Washington State. Lumi Kostmeyer's skill is so elite. The way she keeps that ball on the string just under her foot, cuts it to her left foot, and then that's a really, really, really well-placed ball just in front of the feet of Montoya. She did really well so that Montoya just had to run onto it, barely tap it into the goal. A beautiful idea by Kostmeyer. And it looks like the goal has been called back here at Kagan Stadium. The whistle was blown after the celebration and after the goal had been added. The tally was put up on the scoreboard. Celebrations were had. However, it looks like it may have been an offsides call made by the official. We're back to 0-0 here on the farm after an early Stanford goal in the 15th minute is called back. Kostmeyer made the run forward looking to get the slotted ball. The official may have determined that she got herself into an offsides position. Unfortunate break for Stanford. Pretty ball played through to DeTrizio. DeTrizio on the edge of the 18, slotted ball on the ground. Cleared away by Wesley and now out of bounds. Washington State swinging the ball all the way back to the back line. Maness on it. Maness gets into space. A hard push. However, McReynolds gets the ball back, looks to find a teammate. It's headed away. Montoya now working the right flank. Pagador, big ball forward, trying to find Kosmeyer. Nice first touch by Kosmeyer. Angie switching fields now to Rubenstein on the right flank. Rubenstein with loads of space, dribbling now with confidence. Looks to send one forward to Grubel, just a little bit too much on that one. Grubel did well to run it down. Kosmeyer does look like gets herself into an offsides position. As she received that ball forward, she did get a step or two behind that last defender. However, in the moment, there was no whistle. The celebration occurred, and the tally went on the scoreboard here. Stanford corner kick swung into the 18. A lofting header, headed back out. Pagador takes a chance herself, deflection into the hands of Nadia Cooper. Stanford now with 2 corner kicks. Pagador had time and had space. She over-rotated her hips a little bit while swinging with that left foot. However, the deflection helped redirect that one between the pipes, just into the hands of Cooper, unfortunately, for the card. Pagador doing well to use her body, battling McReynolds. Montoya battling now. A lot of physical play in the middle third of the field. Evans goes down while trying to win the ball back. Pagador just sends one forward, now to pressure. A really physical match so far here at Kagan Stadium, both sides with a lot of physical play, especially in the midfield, battling to get possession. Both teams relentless, trying to win that ball. Montoya on the left flank, 2 defenders on her. Montoya uses her speed, a little explosion, heading into the left corner, cuts back. And that's a great slide tackle by Akila McLean to shut down that Montoya run. Trizio now battling. Wesley goes down with a push, whistle blown, that's a foul. I was just talking about the physical play. There it is again, and that's one thing that Coach Schulenberg mentioned about Trizio specifically. He said she is just such a physical player and a physical presence for her team. She also stands at 5'9". So a tall player who's really, really aggressive and just really physically imposing for this Washington State attack. Grubel cuts middle. Back to Leontini. Leontini looking to switch fields, however, McReynolds just kind of clogged up that passing lane. Evans, pretty chipped ball into the corner for Rubenstein. Rubenstein's cross, lofting up. It will go over the end line. Rubenstein, a player who's really dangerous from the outside back position. She is able to get into the attack and be a threat with her ability to cross. She's another player with a really strong foot and also really excellent accuracy to be able to find teammates in the box crashing on her crosses. That time, a little bit of a missed kick, a lofted ball goes over the end line. However, generally, Rubenstein, a really dangerous threat when she's able to get into the attack with space in front of her. Pagador tries to do a give and go with Angie. Montoya now battling on the left flank. Out of bounds. Kosmeyer battling for position. Back to Pagador. Pagador switches field, finds Rubenstein. Rubenstein to Leontini with space in the middle. Leontini moving forward. Ike. Ike on the dribble, cuts right. Ike's shot. An excellent save by Cooper. to send that one over the end line. Jasmine Ike, another player who's so dangerous on the ball because of her technical ability and ball control combined with her speed. She did a good job there to just change pace to get that defender a step off to create a shot for herself. Another corner kick here for Stanford. Montoya standing over this one. Their third on the match. Montoya's cross, the edge of the 6. Rubenstein back to Evans. Stanford looking to it for a second chance. Evans lofts one forward, easily collected by Cooper. Montoya's corner there just lofted a little bit too high up in the air. It gave the defenders more time to get underneath that ball. Also, a driven ball is much easier to redirect because you don't have to put as much power on it with your head or with a part of your body when you're playing it out of the air. A driven ball with some pace, you just have to get any type of foot or body part on it. Looked like a handball here in the center of the pitch. Off the hand of Turner, but no call. Here comes McReynolds. McReynolds trying to find Atrizio, it looks like. However, a little miscommunication. Atrizio's run not on that right side. Campbell now looking to redistribute. Montoya challenging for that header. She gets a little push from Reese Tappan in the Washington State back line, and that'll be a free kick for Stanford. Iantini on the ball. Iantini finds Ike, who's about to be under pressure and was. Iantini looking forward. Big ball played forward, trying to find Kosmeyer. A little too much on that one. Washington State with some nice ball movement in the middle of the pitch. Big ball forward, dangerous ball forward. McReynolds trying to get there. Campbell way off her line to shut down that play. Ryan Campbell, the Pac-12 goalkeeper of the week, by the way, after putting up a pair of shutouts last weekend as the Card defeated Arizona and Arizona State. Boyden working in the corner. Big throw into the box. Atrizio trying to get there. Headed backwards by Stanford, however. Campbell collects. Rubenstein, big ball down the right flank. Makes it over the top. Kosmeyer now running this one down with a vengeance. Cleared away by Cooper. Angie trying to bring this one down. Whistle, that'll be called handball. Washington State with a quick reset. A tough collision once again in the middle third of the field. Angie trying to run down a bouncing 50-50 ball. However, she gets booked. Number 23, Micaiah Miness, the one who fell to the pitch. She just caught her body. Number 5, Sierra Angie, didn't get a piece of the ball. Montoya now pressuring on the right side for Stanford. And this is quite the goalkeeper matchup between these two teams. As I mentioned, Ryan Campbell, the junior for Stanford, the Pac-12 goalkeeper of the week. Meanwhile, Nadia Cooper, the defending Pac-12 goalkeeper of the year after just an outstanding freshman campaign. Cooper also was the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, the first player in program history to win both awards. Cooper finished the regular season 9-1-3 while tallying 7 solo shutouts. She set the Cougs' all-time record for consecutive shutout minutes as well with 523. Something that's also really impressive about Nadia Cooper and the numbers she put up was the fact that she was dealing with some personal grief last season after losing her mom in October. Head coach Todd Schulenberger said Cooper is just such a happy-go-lucky person that he believes that really helped her get through some personal struggles and to be able to perform the way she did. He said she's really an inspiration to this entire team. Schulenberger also said he's been really impressed with Cooper's play as the season has gone on. He feels like she's been really strong in Pac-12 play. She has a .93 goals against average heading into today's match. Something Schulenberger also said about Cooper is that her personality is very different from many goalkeepers. She's not type A. Washington State now swinging a ball into the box. Just a close call, will go over the touchline. Boyden trying to get a handle on it, just couldn't quite get there. That's a well-played ball just across the 6. And Boyden is not marked. She doesn't have anyone running side to side with her from that Stanford defense, really marking her tightly. Stanford has to be really careful to mark those players crashing on goal as they now look to counterattack. Montoya in space. Montoya at the edge of the 18, cutting to her left, just loses the handles. Leontini chips one to Grubel. Grubel on the left side. Grubel wins it. Grubel shot on goal, cleared away. Excellent save by Cooper on that near post. Grubel sends one in again, edge of the 6. Headed away this time. Stanford not letting up though. Pagador finds Grubel again on the left side. Grubel cutting at the edge of the 18, a hard foul as Akila McClin takes her down. Abby Grubel, as we've talked about, a player who's dangerous on the shot. Cooper did a good job. She was in the right place, cutting down the angle on that near post, and then she read the ball well, was able to dive and get there.
To your right, keep going.
Now a dangerous chance for Stanford with a free kick in
Perfect.
a dangerous position. Ike and Grubel both standing near the ball right now as the Cougars set a 3-person wall.
Hey, straight up and play the ball, okay? Straight up and play the ball.
Ike takes the kick. Shot on goal. It's beautiful. Wow. What a finish on the set piece by Jasmine Ike to put Stanford on the board first. They take a 1-0 lead over Washington State. Some credit to the Stanford side. Grubel made the first run to try to throw off Nadia Cooper, and then that's a really excellent finish by Jasmine Ike. She does such a good job of placing that ball just inside that left corner, using both strength and accuracy to put that ball right where she wanted it. The freshman, Jasmine Ike, with her second goal on the season here at Kagan Stadium. I know I mentioned Montoya early in the broadcast. Ike, another player whose confidence just continues to grow as the season has gone on. She's earned that starting spot, playing in the 6 today in the central midfield position. The Cougs working now to make something happen in their offensive third. Ball out to Boyden. Boyden working on Pagador. Boyden's cross, well played, bouncing across the 6. No one's there though to finish that one. Sydney Studer tried to get there, sliding across the back post. Timing just a little bit off, and she sends that one over the end line. That's a really excellent cross, though, well played by Boyden. Washington State not letting up. This is a team that's not going to give up, and they surely are not going to go down without a fight. That's something Schulenberger talked with me about before today's match. He said, this is a team that respects all opponents but fears no one. He said the Cardinal obviously have a major reputation as being a powerhouse in women's soccer. However, we don't fear them. He said, we're going to come in. We believe this is just another soccer game, and this is a game that we can win as long as his Cougars play their game. And so far, it's been a pretty even run of play here. Montoya now on the right side. Montoya cuts back, the cross. Kosmeyer collects, Leontini's shot. Pings off the crossbar. Another nice sequence for the Stanford attack. Kosmeyer with the layoff back to Leontini with a pretty strike. Leontini just leaned a little bit too far back. Send that ball just inches too high and off the crossbar. Stanford does well to win the goal kick. Montoya now looking to make something happen. Montoya back to Leontini. Leontini's big ball forward. Kosmeyer and Catherine Paulson now in the game, running onto that one. Paulson turning on the Jets to apply some pressure, trying to win that ball back. Just a few steps too late. However, Catherine Paulson, another player who's made an impact off the bench for the Card. That's something Coach Ratcliffe has talked about, the way that substitutes can actually elevate the level of this team because they are so deep. He said this may be the deepest team he's ever had here on the farm. Tough battles at midfield.
What's up? We're winning. Jazz just scored.
Pagador streaking forward. She goes down hard as Lindsay Turner just clips her legs. That will be a yellow card delivered to Washington State's Lindsay Turner. Midfielder playing in the 6th role.
Well.
Pagador using a lot of speed to streak forward, trying to get to that ball first. However, you see that right foot of number 12, Turner, catches her ankle and Pagador goes flying. That's a hard foul. Appropriately called as a yellow by the official. Pagador on the free kick now. Left ball swung into the box, a well-played ball. Kosmeyer and Ike both jumping. Just couldn't quite get there. Montoya now goes down to the hard tackle on the left flank. Cougars look to counter. Cougars running hard as Frimpong Ellertson has entered the match. Washington State working the left flank, ball served in. Campbell picks it up. Mackenzie Frimpong Ellertson substituted in on the left side for the Washington State Cougars. Is quite the backstory. Her mom, Tina Frimpong Ellertson, was the all-time leading goal scorer at Washington. In fact, her mom said she only let her go visit WSU as, you know, just trying to cross it off the list when her daughter was initially looking at schools, thinking, you know, what are the odds she'll go to WSU? And sure enough, she fell in love with the place as soon as she stepped foot there. However, mom, Tina Frimpong Ellertson, was the all-time leading scorer at Washington, a 2-time Pac-10 Player of the Year at the time. In 2020, she joined the staff at Washington, becoming an assistant coach under Nicole Van Dyke after years of being an assistant for the U.S. Youth National Team system. Ball swung into the box, cleared away by Evans. Shot by Willie Boyden into the hands of Ryan Campbell. An unfortunate bounce for Elise Evans as she gets her head on that ball, but it just lands right at the feet of Lily Boyden, who has space in front of her to take a crack at it. Her launch, though, just directly at Campbell. Frimpong Ellertson. Whistle blows. That will be a free kick for Washington State. This Washington State side so dangerous on free kicks and set pieces because of their size. They have so many tall players. 10 of the Cougars' 11 starters are 5'8" or taller. You don't hear of that in soccer. But that means they do have a height advantage, and balls being played out of the air, meaning Stanford's really going to have to be disciplined in their marking. Dangerous ball played in the box, headed away, well cleared by Pagador, who goes down on the play. Whistle blows, and that will be a kick going the other way for Stanford. This season for Washington State, 16 of 25 players who've taken the field at any time are 5'8" or taller. So again, this is just a team with a lot of size, which gives them a major advantage on 50-50 balls out of the air and set pieces, because they do have that extra height to get there first. It also is going to make them really hard to beat over the top when it comes to this back line. The pack line specifically, extremely tall. Bridget Reekin at center back, 6 foot. Micaiah Miness at center back, 5'11". Here come the card. Grubel, nice touch back to Paulson. Paulson keeps it on her left foot. Grubel cutting middle. Grubel to Kosmeyer, back to Grubel. Poked away. Great piece of defense by Reekin. Another physical battle. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be a Washington State throw-in. A couple of substitutions being made here on the farm. On the Stanford side, midfielder Amy Sayer returns to the game, or makes her way into the game rather. Sayer, a player who can really make an impact in this Stanford attack. 3 goals and 2 assists on the season. And she had a brace in Stanford's 5-1 win over UC Santa Barbara earlier in the season. Some physical play in the midfield once again. Evans, clearance on the ground. Slide tackle by Kennedy Wesley. Card get possession. Big ball played forward. Cougars collect. We have another whistle at midfield. That'll be a Cougar free kick. A lot of really physical play in today's match. Tappan going down on that last one. Tappan, 5'9", by the way. Washington State looking for the equalizer here in the 38th minute. Big ball played forward. Campbell comes off her line. Scoops that one up. One thing that makes Ryan Campbell such an elite goalkeeper is her timing and ability to come off her line. She is so solid as well, such strong hands. You never see her bobble the ball. Paulson trying to run this one down. Paulson just catches the arm of number 20, Akila McGlynn for Washington State, and that'll be another whistle. Paulson's a player who is just relentless in the attack for the Card. She is incredibly fast, and she has such a high work rate off the ball. She is constantly looking to create space for teammates, create space for herself, and to move off the ball, which makes her really difficult to mark, as she's always on the move and always working. She also applies a lot of pressure up top, running down every defender and every ball that comes her way. As she gets the touch there, trying to find Sayer, cleared away by Washington State. Cougars, they're attacking third. Frimpong Ellertson on the ball. Just sends it over the end line. She may have been looking for Anaya Cutler now in the game for the Cougars. And another substitution on the Stanford side as Samantha Williams enters the match. Williams, a junior forward with 4 goals and 2 assists on the season. Another really potent player in this Cardinal attack. And it's another hard collision. Kennedy Wesley down inside the 18 as Campbell came off her line to collect that ball. However, there also was a collision. You saw the push there by number 6, Anaya Cutler. Both hands out, pushes Wesley. She falls to the ground. That's another clear foul. Wesley is up. It looks like she will be able to walk it off, which is great news for this Cardinal side. Kennedy Wesley, a major leader on this team. She's a team captain. Plays at both outside and center back. Has started every single game for the Card and was an all Pac-12 third team selection last season as a junior, playing in 19 games. She also anchored a back line last season that limited opponents to 0.85 goals per game on average. She also played a lot as a sophomore and freshman, so she brings so much experience to this back line, a lot of confidence, and just a veteran presence, communicating out of the back and really helping organize this team. Evans wins that ball, clears it away. Throw in, finds Frimpong Ellertson. Turner trying to make something happen. Big ball played forward. Another tough collision, this time on the far side in that corner over there. Rubenstein will get called for the foul. Boyden and Rubenstein, number 21, watch as she just, it looked like maybe gave a little push that sent Boyden to the ground, as Boyden was able to get there and get her body between Rubenstein and the ball. Well done by Boyden. Another free kick for the Cougars, almost like a corner kick as it's really close to that corner spot. They set up with a bunch of players just around the edge of the 6. Crosses in the box, back of the 6. Well played, and it's in! A scramble in the box after a really well-played set piece equalizes. Washington State ties this game up at 1 apiece here at Kagan Stadium. That is a really well-played cross in the perfect spot in the back of the 6. However, watch, there's no one marking on that backside. Micaiah Miness, who gets a foot on that ball. She is wide open with no one defending her. It looks like it did deflect off a couple of Cardinal defenders before going in the back of the net. However, Miness wide open on that far side. The Cardinal have to mark up tighter on those set pieces and corners. And we have a brand new ball game here as Washington State equalizes in the 41st minute off a set piece. Micaiah Miness able to get her foot on that ball. Paulson working. Paulson to Grubel. To Ike. Goes wide to Rubenstein. Leontini working. Pretty ball played forward to Williams. Williams trying to make something happen. Attempts a cheeky move, well defended by Washington State. Carter in a throw-in. Big ball into the box. Paulson trying to get there. She's knocked to the ground. The whistle is blown, and Paulson slow to get up after a tough collision inside the 18. Paulson running onto that ball alongside keeper Nadia Cooper and number 20 Akila McLean in that Washington State back line. Referee has a little chat with Catherine Paulson before she returns to her spot in the pitch, ready for action. A really hard-fought battle here at Kagan Stadium between Stanford and Washington State, all knotted up at 1 apiece now. A lot of really physical play, a lot of fouls called here early in this one. And both teams, you can tell, just really hungry for a win here today. Frimpong Ellertson on the dribble almost goes down. Rather, Leontini goes down for Stanford. Frimpong Ellertson able to stay on her feet and earn a throw-in for the Cougs. Throw in now, taken by Tappan. Tappan plays it forward. Working in the corner is Boyden. Wesley sends it forward for Stanford. Sayer, nice touch. Williams to Leontini. Leontini with space. Leontini on the attack. A pretty ball. Threading the needle to Catherine Paulson on the dribble. Cuts middle. Poked away. Well defended by Gathright. Stanford back line now, swinging it around. Rubenstein plays a big ball forward. Paulson trying to collect. The Cougs now go the other way. Turner plays it back. Big ball forward again. Looking for Cutler. Cutler looking for someone with her back to goal. Cutler finds Gathright. Looking for the diagonal ball over the top. Just too much on it. Campbell will collect. Campbell plays a short ball out to Rubenstein. Rubenstein rockets one towards Sayer. Hard to get that under control. Wesley trying to clear this ball from pressure. However, the Cougs still on the attack, and they're attacking third. Here comes Pagador with some space now on the left flank. Like I mentioned, hard to get balls over the top on this Washington State back line. Rubel running this one down. Paulson on the throw. Paulson to Sayer. Sayer back to Paulson. Paulson to Grubel. A little flick back to Paulson. Leontini tries to get there first. Ike in the ball. Ike cuts right. Ike at the edge of the 18. Cuts back left. Tries to get a shot off before that halftime buzzer. Her shot attempt deflected though, and that will be 45 minutes play in the books now as the first half is complete here at Kagan Stadium. The 14th ranked Stanford Cardinal hosting the Washington State Cougars, all tied up at 1 apiece after the first 45. A really even battle and a beautiful set piece put Stanford on the board first by Jasmine Ike. What a finish by the freshman. However, the Cougs not giving up easily in this one. Micaiah Maness redirects on a set piece, and a bounce off Stanford puts that one in. Welcome back to Stanford, California. Pac-12 of women's soccer is brought to you by Clean Simple Eats, elevating life through food and fitness. And by Sprouts Farmers Market, the official grocer of the Pac-12. We have an outstanding women's soccer match underway here today as the 14th ranked Stanford Cardinal host the Washington State Cougars. 21st ranked, two top 25 teams going at it, and it was a fun first half of action to watch. Right now tied up at 1 apiece. However, Stanford did have another goal that was called back due to an offsides call. We'll just have to see what happens. This Stanford side under a lot of pressure by Washington State. The Cougars doing an excellent job of really making it difficult for Stanford to connect passes, meaning the Cardinal have to be really sharp. They have to be quick in their decision making, really sharp with their first touch, and really sharp on their passes. On the Cougar side, they need to keep doing what they're doing when it comes to applying pressure. However, they could do a little bit better job possessing the ball, trying to use the width of the field, use the flanks, and to connect a couple more passes. They're playing a little bit direct, which does work for them as well because they have such a fast forward in Margie DeTrizio. However, they could get a little bit more possession to try to create some openings on the field, create some holes, and to give themselves some better goal-scoring opportunities. Stanford did hold the edge in shots in that first half, and they had a couple of the better goal-scoring opportunities. However, the Cougs just able to finish on a set piece and to create a couple of set pieces that caused some problems for Stanford. They really need to do a little bit better job, the Cardinal as well, with marking on those set pieces, as Micaiah Miness on her goal was wide open. Didn't have anyone really there marking her, although there were several Cardinal bodies in front of the net. No one really shoulder to shoulder with Miness on that goal. And kickoff coming up here at Kagan Stadium. The Card and Cougars, both hungry for a win here on the farm. Just 2 points separate these two teams in the Pac-12 standings, and every single game counts with just how competitive this conference is. So much fun to watch. 4 teams right now that are ranked in the top 25, and Washington just on the brink of the top 25. There really could be 5 Pac-12 teams in that top 25 ranking. Just so much talent, and this conference is loaded when it comes to women's soccer. And we are back underway here at Kagan Stadium. The second 45 coming at you. Evans to Ike. Ike on the dribble. Ike all the way out to Grubel on the right flank. Grubel cutting inside now. Grubel scissors. Grubel cuts left, strikes with her left. Deflected away and cleared out by Miness. Grubel on the dribble. Grubel on the right flank. Grubel working in the corner. A nice piece of skill work. However, well defended by Micaiah Miness. There is that second defender looking to support and clear that ball away. Kosmeyer back to Rubenstein, out to Grubel. Grubel swung in with her left, rather. Washington State there to clean it up, and they try to get possession. Stanford reloads. Kosmeyer. Miness makes the easy play, just sending that one out of bounds on the ground. You have to be careful when you have Lumi Kosmeyer, one of the most dangerous scorers in the Pac-12 and in the country, barreling down on you. Kosmeyer's 9 goals on the season, good for second most in the Pac-12. Rubenstein to Angie. Angie. Cross in by Rubenstein. Ike on her right foot. Ike launches with her left. It's deflected. Montoya gets possession. Sends one back to Pagador. Pagador cutting inside. Pagador to Montoya. Montoya cross with her right foot, bouncing in the 18. A missed clearance. Grubel now with a chance. Grubel swings one in on the near post, and it is deflected away by Nadia Cooper, the defending Pac-12 goalkeeper of the year, with another save. That is just a brutal missed clearance there, and Grubel, a good idea to take that chance herself. However, Cooper in the right position on that near post, not going to let anything squeak in there. Cross played in, header. Cooper clears it. Big ball played forward. Wesley pressures. Here comes Lynch on the left flank. Lynch cutting. Lynch on Rubenstein, battling. Gets around her. Angie comes in to help. Well won ball by Angie. She did well to double team there. Montoya plays up to Ike, making the run forward. Back to Montoya, a pretty pass. Montoya with space. Montoya on the dribble, cuts left, uses her speed. Well defended though, and that will go off the end line for a Stanford corner kick. Another nice piece of defensive work by Micaiah Miness. It was just an absolute brick wall back there for Washington. So difficult to get by her. Montoya now standing over the corner kick for the Card. Montoya, near side of the 6, cleared out for another corner. Montoya's cross, just not enough on that one. Ideally, you want to send that closer to the back post versus the near post, as it's a much more difficult angle to redirect if you're one of Montoya's teammates trying to put it on goal. Second cross. Headed away once again on the near post. Pagador striking. Well defended. Physical play. Evans able to get there first. Back to Campbell. She's able to intercept before Sydney Studer could get there. Nice ball forward. Kosmeyer trying to get control. Angie finds Grubel. Grubel strikes with her left foot. Deflected and then pinging off the crossbar. Abby Grubel's left-footed shot. Here we have another corner kick for the Stanford Cardinal. That's a well-played ball to find Grubel out in space. I like the first touch heading towards the middle of the pitch. Gives her a better angle to take that shot, and then she did a good job of squaring up her hips to get that on frame. And now we have another corner kick for the Cardinal here in the 51st minute. Montoya standing over this one again. This time it'll be an outswinger. Montoya's cross, middle of the 6. A good spot. Cooper in the mix to punch that one away. Rubenstein trying to get another cross off. Deflected. Wesley, it looks like, on that far side, hitting the turf on a hard foul. Whistle blows. This will be another Cardinal free kick. Watch number 13, the push from McReynolds. That's a clear foul as she goes down on that far side. I think that was Pagador. She stands over this kick. Ball played in by Pagador, low. Cleared away. McReynolds going herself. Finds Frimpong Ellertson. She tries to slot one forward. Grubel gets a touch. Stanford now trying to possess. They get it under control on Evans' foot. Good find by Evans to Kosmeyer. Kosmeyer to Pagador. Pagador streaking forward on the left flank. Pagador with space. Pokes one forward to Montoya. Montoya saves it in the corner. Beautiful change of pace by Montoya across the box. And a slide tackle just pokes it away. Montoya's hands are up, maybe wanting the call there. Beautiful change of pace by Montoya, and that's what makes her so dangerous. She does such an excellent job of really changing speeds to beat her defender. However, that was a fair poke with the foot on ball. The official made the right no call there. Montoya now with another chance though on a corner. Montoya's corner into the 6. Cooper trying to get there, bouncing in the box. A scuffle in the 18. Both teams desperate to get on that ball, and it will ultimately be cleared away by the Coug. Evans now with space, bringing this ball back into the midfield third. Finds Ike. Ike battling. Kosmeyer with space. Kosmeyer, a pretty strike, just wide right.
Thank you.
Kosmeyer not happy because she believes there was a deflection. Kosmeyer with space, getting that ball on her right foot. She is so excellent from outside the 18. Her precision and her strength on that shot, excellent. Kosmeyer is a player who can be really dangerous with her back to goal. She's able to turn really well or also play a quick one-touch to a teammate. Here come the Cougars. Flicked away. Wesley has to play one quickly out of bounds. We're just about 10 minutes into the second half here. Stanford doing a really good job coming out on their front foot and maintaining control early in the second half. They've definitely had the better run of play and better chances on goal. Rubenstein gets there first, but that will be a Washington State throw-in. Frimpong Ellertson brings it down. Tappan trying to make something happen. Tight space though in the corner. Tappan looking for a teammate now on the throw again. Tappan, Detrezio battling. Evans launches that one. Engie tries to head it away. Lynch on the ball. Lynch swings a big cross in. Pagador gets ahead on it. Second ball bouncing. Lofts up and into the hands of goalkeeper Ryan Campbell. So far, this Washington State defense doing a good job of weathering the storm that is the Cardinal pressure early in this half. Micaiah Maness, a big reason why this center back earned her 85th start on Thursday at Cal. That moved her into a tie with former teammate Morgan Weaver. Grubel now on the right flank. Grubel, a pretty cross, just a little bit too much on it. It looked good, and it was well struck, but just a little too strong, sailing over the heads of her teammates. The Cougars now throwing on that far side. Maness, a staple for this Washington State back line. Moving into a tie with former teammate Morgan Weaver at third all-time in Washington State career matches started, excluding goalkeepers. With today's start, her 86, she should now hold that third spot by herself, surpassing Weaver.
Save the breath.
If Maness starts all the regular season matches this year, she would finish as the Cougars' all-time career starts leader with 92. 92. So impressive, and just a really experienced and skilled defender. It's been very evident here in this game. She knows when and how to tackle. She times her tackles really well. She's always in the right place on the field. And she's a very physical player who's good out of the air. Montoya to Engie. Engie takes a shot. Easily saved by Nadia Cooper.
There's a dude who had a backpack. She's like, hey, man, that's rather cool. And turns out he stole our ball. Ran away.
Cooper now looking to send this one the other direction.
Would love that. They're like $80. But yeah, signing out. I will update you again in like 20 minutes.
Big ball forward. Rubenstein trying to get there on the 50-50, shoulder to shoulder with Tappan. Rubenstein tripped up, but no call. Maness trying to get it out. Rubenstein wins the tackle. Maness doesn't give up easily, though. Another really well-played and well-timed tackle by Micaiah Maness in the corner on Paige Rubenstein. Rubenstein did really well to read where Maness was going and to win that ball. However, Maness not giving up. That's a well-timed slide tackle. Montoya on another corner kick. Montoya sends this one in. Leontini trying to get ahead. Ball cleared away by the Cougars. Evans sends it back in the box. Ball bouncing. Ike and Angie both getting ahead on it. However, Cooper makes the save. Turner will reset and play it back to Tappan. Here comes Lynch on the left flank. Lynch with tons of space. Wesley now getting in position, defending one-on-one. Wesley keeps her feet moving, well defended by Kennedy Wesley. And the Card come up with a nice stop as Montoya now looks to counter. Montoya on the left flank, trying to find Kosmeyer. Kosmeyer battling. Kosmeyer stripped. Ball the other way. DeTrizio. Evans did well to use her body to get between DeTrizio and that ball and to play it back to Campbell, who ultimately sends it out. Elise Evans having a really outstanding freshman campaign on the farm, earning that starting center back spot right off the bat this season, starting every game she's played. Speaking of Evans, she sails this one towards midfield. Evans was a top 5 recruit coming in here at Stanford. She's also played in the youth national team system in their youth camps, or the U.S. youth national team camps from ages U15 to U20. Also played for the Quakes Academy here in the Bay Area and FC Bay Area Surf. She was the 2022 Gatorade California State Player of the Year. And fun fact, Elise Evans, the starting center back for Stanford, was born at Stanford Hospital. Evans now making a tackle. Challenged by DeTrizio, ball bouncing, Campbell off her line. '61st minute of action here at Kagan Stadium. Stanford hosting Washington State, tied up at 1 apiece. Big ball forward by Campbell. Stanford holding a major edge in shots through the first 60 minutes, 16-3. Lynch trying to get it under control on the bounce. Lynch tackled by Grubel. Grubel now with loads of space. She approaches the attacking third. Angie. Angie finds Kosmeyer. Kosmeyer swings across in. Montoya, well marked. Can't get to the ball first. Rubenstein defending Lynch. Big ball forward. McReynolds trying to run this one down. McReynolds on the right flank. Pagador trying to defend. Reynolds cuts right. Reynolds to the end line. Pagador slides. Ball ends up out of bounds. That will be a corner kick for Washington State. McReynolds has been a really dangerous player for this Cougar side just because she has been applying so much pressure, really making it difficult for the Stanford back line to get the ball out of their defensive third. She runs so hard at every single ball, McReynolds does, and she also works off the ball really well. There you saw she was trying to make something happen, trying to find a teammate. She didn't have a lot of options. However, she did well to earn this corner kick. Ball swung in, past the penalty spot, bouncing. DeTrizio, shot blocked. Frimpong Ellertson sails one in. Ryan Campbell lays out to get a finger on that ball and to clear that one away as Washington State will earn another corner kick. Frimpong Ellertson, a really nice look and just way to take a chance there when you're in a crowd. It looked like that shot actually got deflected. However, Campbell forced to make a diving save. Ball in the box. Similar right around the penalty spot. Ball bouncing. Ike getting fired up here in the 64th minute as she sends that ball sailing into the stands, but she was not happy. Her leg got clipped right after she sent that one out. She yells towards the referees. We have a couple of substitutions here for both sides. Williams in now for Stanford. Williams, a really pacey player, playing in the 7 or 11 spot for Stanford. Lofted ball into the box. Both teams battling for position. Campbell just tips it over the crossbar. The Cougars create another dangerous chance. This Washington State side so hard to beat on balls out of the air because of their size. You can see both Stanford and Washington State battling for that one. However, the size advantage clearly goes to the Cougars. Washington State with their third corner kick on the match. Ball swung in, back of the 6, Campbell there, taps it out. Cougars reload, shot fired by number 17, Lily Boyden. However, Stanford did clip that one and Campbell is able to collect. Rubenstein trying to send it forward, doesn't have much. Leontini battling. Rubenstein battling. Physical play from Frimpong Ellertson. Lynch now on the far side. Lynch with 2 defenders on her, gets out in space. Lynch sends one in on the ground. Wesley's there to clean it up. Hagedorn now going the other way. Hagedorn to Montoya. Montoya once again with a change of speed. This time not enough as she is well defended by Akila McQuinn. Another hard tackle at midfield as Sierra Angie tries to come up with it. Williams working. Dangerous pass back by Rubenstein. With Wesley under pressure, she gets knocked again. DeTrizio, the aggressor this time. Evans streaking forward. Another hard foul. DeTrizio comes in and just has her hands out as she runs into Kennedy Wesley. Clearly a foul. Another save by Nadia Cooper. Cooper with 7 saves on the match today. She's played well. Big ball sent out to midfield. Both teams battling. Yantini trying to send it the other way. Yantini to Williams. Now to Williams. Diagonal ball played over the top. A pretty ball. Williams now with space in the right corner. Williams on the dribble. Williams cross. No one there to redirect, but a pretty cross and good work by Samantha Williams to get to that end line and then look to drop one back. Williams, another player similar to Montoya, who is so dangerous on the dribble because she has incredible speed and ball control, and then it's the change of pace that really makes her such a dangerous attacker. It's so difficult to defend one-on-one. It's hard to tell which way she's going, and then once she picks a direction, her explosion is so hard to defend. Stanford really doing well to show a lot of fight and a lot of aggression here in the second half as they earn another corner kick. 10th on the match. Montoya once again standing over this one. Montoya's cross near post. Just outside. Some of the fans here at Kagan Stadium started to celebrate as they saw the shake of the net and thought that one went in. It just went wide. Played into a difficult spot for a player to redirect. Aiki did well to try to get there and flick that one on goal, but that's a really hard angle to try to get out of the air towards goal because on that near post, you have to totally redirect it towards goal. It's much easier when you're playing a ball across to look towards the middle or back of the 6, because then you can just head it straight onto goal versus having to try to turn your body and flick it on goal when it's on that near post. Stanford has been doing well, though, to continue battling, looking to challenge all the 50-50 balls in the middle of the pitch, and they're doing much better at connecting passes and possessing under pressure in the second half. Cooper doesn't come off her line. Ball ends up being cleared away, but it looked like Rican was waiting for Cooper to come out and grab that one as she shielded it. A little bit of a possible miscommunication there between the back line and keeper. Ike trying to get it under control. Cougars now going the other way. Nice step by Elise Evans to prevent that ball from getting to Margie DeTricio. Rubenstein in the attack. Good give and go. Rubenstein cuts. Another slide. And a good win by Maness. However, she's on the ground. It looks like something happened to her knee. She's holding her knee. Micaiah Maness, the staple of this back line. Rubenstein with a nice give and go, cuts forward. It looks like possibly her foot clipped Maness's knee as she ran through that ball, and Maness went to the ground to make the slide tackle. However, she's up and running. Just such a durable player for this Washington State Cougar side. Maness, as I mentioned, 86 career starts. Just really impressive how physical and durable she's been through her career, as she is now in her 5th season in Pullman. Another tough battle on a 50-50. Ball goes wide, crosses in, and it's a well-played cross. Cougars working. Ultimately, Boyden couldn't get it off her foot. Physical play. Jersey tug there on Grubel. Had her jersey tugged, rather, by Tappan. Grubel trying to flick the header forward. Maness sends one into the feet of Williams. Williams now on the attack. Williams cuts middle. Maness, another well-timed slide tackle to strip Williams.
I still hold my prediction of 3-1.
Stop that chance before it happened. Another big ball forward. Williams onside to the end line. Williams cutting back across. Grubel. Grubel! Shot just wide. Abby Grubel with an incredibly difficult angle somehow gets her hips around that ball to swing that shot far post, and it was just inches away from being in that side netting. A really excellent look by Abby Grubel, and such a tough angle. She did so well to get her hips around that ball to put that just so close to being on frame.
So her parents can watch her play, but that's about it. Still 1-1. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Signing out.
The Cardinal continuing to press here in the second half now with 18 shots on the match. They are creating chances. They just have to finish another one. However, a lot of credit to this Washington State defense on just continuing to defend so hard and making those plays at just the right time. Foul called, and the sold-out crowd here at Kagan Stadium is making it known they are not happy about that whistle. Williams and Maness both going for that ball. It looked like a little bump with the body by Williams, which sent Maness to the ground. The referee ultimately feeling that was enough to make a call. However, it wasn't a hard bump, that's for sure. And this crowd here booing following that whistle. A lot of energy here at Kagan Stadium for today's match. A sold-out crowd. Stanford facing UCLA this upcoming Friday. That game already also sold out. Just a really great support system here on the farm, and a lot of excitement surrounding this Stanford program, which is one of the reasons why it's so difficult to play here. The crowd up in arms once again about a throw-in call. However, it is corrected, and Stanford will get the throw. Big ball across, trying to find Boyden. Boyden really battling with Pagador. It looked like she grabbed her, and the referee saw it too. Whistle blown once again. Stanford on the ball. One thing you'll notice about these Cougar forwards, they are so physical. They make their presence felt against any back line, and this Stanford side surely feeling it today. Hard tackles, shoulder to shoulder bumps, jersey pulls, whatever it takes to get that ball, they will do it. Pretty first touch by Montoya, streaking across. Ball on the ground, cleared away by Maness. Kaya Maness is just everywhere in this defensive third for the Cougars. She is reading every single ball really well. She was always in the right place. There cannot be enough said about what Micaiah Maness does for this defense. Montoya working a set of cuts, tries to get the cross off, not a lot on it, and Maness once again there to clear it away. Ball stays in bounds. Bouncing back now towards Kennedy Wesley, the captain on Stanford's back line. Dangerous ball played square, just didn't quite get enough on it. However, Rubenstein was able to collect. Throw in now for Stanford. And we have another substitution. Anaya Cutler entering the game for Washington State, and Lumi Kosmeyer, the freshman forward, entering the game now for Stanford, as Abby Grubel retires to the sidelines. Head coach Paul Ratcliffe having a couple words and high-fiving Grubel as she approaches the bench. Rubenstein swings one in, just a little bit too direct into the hands of Nadia Cooper. Cooper sends this one towards midfield, where Montoya, and a collision around the center of the pitch. Several players involved. No whistle. Play goes on. Williams streaking forward. Williams to the end line. Cuts it back. Pretty cross. Williams finishes! What a cut and what a strike by Samantha Williams to put Stanford up 2-1 over Washington State. Excellent work by Samantha Williams, running down this ball, using her speed and then using her skill. It is so difficult to keep the ball under control while running at that pace, yet she does it and makes it look easy. This is elite. The cut with her right foot, watch, and then the strike with her left. She just threads the needle on that finish, putting it over the head and into that near post past Nadia Cooper. Just a really impressive piece of skill by Samantha Williams. That goal marks Williams' 5th on the season, putting her up now at 12 points on the year for the Cardinal attack. Stanford now in the driver's seat as they take a 2-1 lead in the 76th minute. The Card have been dominating for the most part here in the second half, now totaling 19 shots. Here come the Card again. Engie now looking wide to Williams again. Williams with tons of space. She cuts middle. Williams on her right foot, cuts back. Well defended by Tappan. However, the Card go again. Ike this time launching, and it sails over. Stanford doing a really good job of continuing to battle and play physical against this Washington State side. However, they are doing a better job of possessing than they were in the first half. They're making better decisions. They're finding teammates' feet, and they're creating space and taking advantage of the flanks of the field. Washington State really needs to get more possession and try to keep the ball. They've been defending so much in this half. They haven't been able to really create an offensive rhythm. But they might not need it. Battle now by Cutler. Wesley did well to just get a toe on it and send that one out of bounds. Cutler, another player with a lot of pace in this Washington State attack. Washington State earns their 4th corner kick on the season. Cutler will stand over this one. Set pieces can be a problem for the Card. That's how this Cougar side got their first goal. Ball sent in, back of the 6, deep ball, headed away by Wesley. Ball sent back into the box, bouncing. Header is dangerous, but Campbell does well to come off her line and leap on that ball, smothering it to the ground. Ryan Campbell, the Pac-12 goalkeeper of the week. Campbell has really been impressive this entire season for the Card. She came into her junior campaign with just not a lot of experience, playing in just 5 matches as a sophomore, and she's really taken ownership of that starting goalkeeper role. She really times everything she does so well, whether it be diving to make saves or coming off her line. Campbell has done extremely well for this Stanford defense. Campbell's also a big reason why the Stanford defense hasn't given up many goals on the season. They have the 3rd best goals against average at .63 in the Pac-12. This back line has just had a really impressive showing early on. Battling at midfield once again. Angie comes up with it. Angie on the attack. Delivers to Montoya. Montoya on the left flank. Edge of the 18. Montoya with skill. Sails one across. Headed away. Ike with a laser off her right foot is defended and deflected. If that shot had been on frame, wow, that could have been a pretty goal. Ike just had such great power behind that shot and really excellent technique to take that ball and strike it out of the air, on the bounce rather. That is not easy to do, and to keep that on frame, that looked really good. Well defended by Stanford, and Washington State continuing to press here as the half goes on. And we have a mirage of substitutions now being made for the Cougars as they look to make something happen here in the final 10 minutes of play. Patricio returns to the game. Something this Washington State side is known to do as well is change formations as the game calls for it. When they get down, they're not afraid to go with a 3-back, according to Coach Schulenberger. Strike sent on frame, easily collected by Ryan Campbell. Big punt forward, a lot of power behind that ball. Kosmeyer battling. Rubenstein gets that ball first. Angie trying to get it under control. A disappointing road trip for this Washington State side if they walk away with another loss here today. The Cougars fell in a 2-1 stunner at Cal. Brianna McReynolds scoring the lone goal for the Coug, assisted by Lily Boyden. Head coach Schulenberger just really not happy with that result. He felt like his team flat out didn't play well. He said, to be clear, he didn't want to take anything away from Cal. He says the Golden Bears defended well. They're a good team. Schulenberger just felt like the Cougars were the better team and they should have won that game. He said some players just didn't show up. The Cougars hadn't lost since day 1. He said he was hoping that was a wake-up call and they would really come out with a lot of firepower and aggression. They would respond here today on the farm. Schulenberger also mentioned they had a great practice yesterday and he felt like his team looked really sharp and was hoping that would carry over into today's game. And I think they haven't not looked sharp in today's game. In the second half, they just look a little bit overpowered by Stanford. They're unable to possess, and they're really just playing their defensive third most of the half. Williams working. Williams cuts left. Montoya tries to turn. A cheeky piece of skill, just well defended. Rubenstein with space, sails one across the box. Kosmeyer there to challenge, a tough challenge. The back of the 6, cleared away by the Cougars. Wesley sends that ball back towards midfield. Cougars trying to connect. Jenna Studer now in the 6 for Washington State. Another hard collision there on that far side. Whistle's blown. Kosmeyer getting up off the pitch. That will go the other way. Free kick for Washington State. Kosmeyer is a player in her freshman season who's adjusted so well to the collegiate level. Coach Paul Ratcliffe said it's really been amazing the way that she transitioned so easily to the college game. The speed of play, no problem for her. The physicality, no problem for her. The technical ability, no problem for her. He said it's really common for freshmen to take some time to transition and to really come into their own, but Kosmeyer right out the gate has looked so comfortable on the Stanford side. Nice skill. Boyden working. Boyden in the far corner. Boyden cuts it back. Evans sticking with it. Dangerous ball across the box. Leontini heads it out, whistle blown. Stanford kick. Leontini did well to be in the right place at the right time on that ball. Ready to head it out as it was sent in. However, it looks like it was called out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for Ryan Campbell and the Stanford defense. A couple more substitutions as well for Washington State. Marin Wheeldon entering the match now. Big ball forward by Campbell. Stanford battling in the midfield. Frimpong Ellertson sends one forward. Evans pings it right back the other way. Angie now with a nice first touch. Angie battling on the far side. It will be a Washington State throw. Coach Schulenberger coming into this match said he knew this was going to be one of the best attacks his team faces. He said that he really wanted his team defensively to focus on staying organized, keeping the field tight, not letting Stanford switch fields or have their way with the ball when they are in possession. The Cougars, for the most part, have done that. They've applied a lot of pressure throughout this match. And they have stayed pretty organized and tight, and especially this defensive back line has come up with a lot of stops. Big ball forward, headed away by Wesley. Pagador sends one forward. Kosmeyer running it down. Sent out of bounds. Stanford throw-in. Bridget Reekin sending that ball out, as you don't want to take any chances with Kosmeyer out in space, applying pressure. Kosmeyer now trying to possess. Touch back to Montoya. Montoya working on her left foot. Montoya cuts right, a nice cut into the back towards the middle. She gets the shot off, but didn't get too much behind it. And Cooper will easily make the save. Cooper's ball forward. Angie sends it out of bounds. Just a few more minutes left to go for this Washington State team to try to get the equalizer and salvage a tie and 1 point here on the farm. Stanford right now in second place in Pac-12 action at 3-1 in conference play. Trailing only the first-ranked UCLA Bruins, who are undefeated and for several weeks have been the top-ranked team in the country. Those two programs will go head-to-head here next Friday, right here on the farm. Friday, October 14th with a 6 p.m. kickoff. That should be a really, really fun match. Lynch trying to make something happen here in the closing minutes of play at Kagan Stadium. 21st ranked Washington State Cougars looking to salvage a point after a disappointing 2-game road trip, a swing to the Bay Area, facing Cal on Thursday. Cougars on the throw, can't find anyone. Lynch tries to get it back, touched away by Williams. Detrizio, middle of the pitch, you've got to watch her on the ball. Detrizio stifled, sends it wide. Wow, really pretty cut by McLean, sends this ball into the 18. Headed away, Stanford trying to get out of trouble here. Another ball lofted forward, Detrizio running on. Campbell doesn't come off her line. Wesley challenges for the 50-50 and goes down. Whistle's blown, that'll be a foul on Detrizio, who went up for that ball alongside Kennedy Wesley for Stanford. Wesley now having a word with the official. A heated match here on the farm. Both teams desperate for a win to continue climbing or to maintain rank in the Pac-12 standings. Rubenstein now has a throw here on the right flank for Stanford. The Card just looking to close this one out. Players encouraging each other, cheering each other on, and trying to continue to bring this energy for the remaining minute plus of action. Ball sent forward over the end line for a Cougars goal kick. They look to reset and get the ball back in play quickly, as they surely will start throwing a lot of numbers forward in this last minute. Angie challenges the 50-50. Ball sent forward. Boyden running on. Boyden trying to win that one. Elise Evans sends it into the stands. Pagador wins the throw-in. Stanford can't quite clear. Studer trying to make something happen. Big ball swung into the box. Rubenstein chasing this one down alongside Lynch. Lynch taking on Rubenstein. Lynch cuts in. Lynch defended by several Cardinals. A nice sliding play by Kennedy Wesley to save that one. She makes the stop, and just an impressive showing by the Stanford defense as the final seconds tick down, just a couple more clearances away from earning a massive win over a top 25 opponent here at Kagan Stadium. The crowd begins to cheer as the final seconds tick away, and 90 is in the books. Some of the fans high-fiving as Stanford has earned a massive, massive victory here on the farm. The 14th ranked Stanford Cardinal going toe-to-toe with the 21st ranked Washington State Cougars here in a noon battle at Kagan Stadium, and the Cardinal come out on top 2-1 after a really, really hard-fought match. The freshman Jasmine Ike with a lot of credit for the set piece that put Stanford on the board first. She continues to be so impressive for the Stanford side, earning the start the last couple of games in the sixth at that midfield role in the center of the pitch. She puts them on the board first. And then Stanford Samantha Williams showing her speed and technical skill, getting that second goal. Stanford with another impressive set of wins this weekend. They improved to 4-1 in Pac-12 play. And for all of us here at the Pac-12 Network, I'm Kylan Mills saying thanks for joining us, and so long.